Everyone is talking about deindustrialization and the German pension crisis. And your payslip looks like a crime scene with nearly half of your money vanishing into a system that people claim is on the brink of collapse. Kurz gesagt, Germany is over. But what if the numbers tell a completely different story? What if Germany is the best place for your money right now? Because if you only look at half the picture, you might be making the worst financial decision of your life. Let's look behind the headlines so you'll see that this perceived crisis is actually your biggest financial opportunity as an expat. The obvious elephant in the room are the deductions from your payslip, which we can actually split into two big categories. First is taxes. If you earn the 2026 average full-time salary of up to 62,000 euros, your average tax rate is 16% only. Compare that to 21% in the Netherlands, 27% in Belgium, or a massive 35% in Denmark. Everyone thinks Germany is a tax hell, but you're actually paying one of the lowest income tax rates in Western Europe. And let's talk about the tax strategies the pros are using. If you lived in a property for at least 2 years or held an investment property for 10, your profit from the sale is 100% tax-free. Try doing that in the UK or France, where you have to hold the property for 30 years to get the same deal. And it gets even better. Because under the 1-year rule, any profit from crypto or gold is completely tax-free after just 12 months. In the US, you would pay up to 20% capital gains tax. The German tax system isn't designed to stop you from building wealth, it's designed to reward those who know how to play the game. So if you want to know how to optimize your tax strategy, book a free meeting with us right here. And the second big deduction is Social Security. Health insurance, which will pay if you get sick, care insurance, which will pay for nursing care, unemployment insurance, which pays if you lose your job, and the public pension, which is supposed to pay after you stop working. The German social security system is one of the most comprehensive in the world, but you have to pay for it. 50% of it to be exact, because the other 50% is paid by your employer. So from the 62,000 euro average salary, almost 22% are deducted for social security. To most people, that difference between gross and net salary looks like a 38% loss. And this is where kurz gesagt and most headlines stop looking. But if you look closer, Germany is actually the second best in the EU, and we haven't even talked about the concept of true net yet. Here's a fact that will surprise you. When we look at the gross disposable income, the money you have left after taxes and social security, Germany consistently ranks second in the entire EU, right behind Luxembourg. Eurostat data has with 37k almost the same number as we had earlier with 38k. Meaning, workers in Germany have 25% above the EU average. And now let's talk about the concept of true net. Because your life here in Germany is actually a lot cheaper than in other high salary countries like the US or Switzerland. In most countries, your net salary is just the start of your expenses. Because once that money hits your account, you still have to buy your own safety net. In Germany, that safety net is already bought and paid for. Let's take childcare. In major US cities, childcare can easily cost you $2,500 per month. And in Switzerland, even more, up to 3,000 Swiss francs or almost 3,300 euros. In our capital Berlin, childcare is free from the day your baby is born. That is an almost 40,000 euro bonus every single year that never shows up on your payslip. And it's not just that childcare is free, the German government actually pays you to have children. Through Kindergeld, you get a flat 250 euro per month per child, independent of your income. In the UK, high earners get this benefit completely taken away, and in the US, it's just a small yearly tax credit. That's what true net means. Your paper net on your German payslip might be smaller than in other countries, but it's a true net because you only have to pay for rent and groceries. In the US or Switzerland, your paper net is higher, but you have to cover enormous expenses for childcare, retirement, and healthcare. Talking about healthcare. Here in Germany, we have the public and the private system. And if you earn over 77,400 euros a year or are self-employed, you have the right to decide in which system you want to be in. Below that, you are forced in the public health insurance. The public system usually costs more and has lower service than the private system, but at least a major illness will cost you 0. Compare that to Switzerland, where you have to pay almost 3,500 euros on top of your monthly premiums if you get sick, or the US, where healthcare costs are one of the leading causes for people getting bankrupt. A high net is only an illusion if you ignore the fact that your lower living costs act like an automatic pay rise, and that's where Germany collects a lot of points. Might be one of the reasons why expats here in Germany are as happy as locals, sometimes even more happier. And so you are happy too. Let's see how you can make the most out of the current crisis Germany is in. Because kurz gesagt is right. The baby boomers are retiring. Almost 20 million workers will leave the German labor market in the next 10 years. That's of course a big headache for the pension system, but for you as a skilled professional, it's the ultimate career turbo. We are in the middle of the most intense war for talent Germany has ever seen. At the massive national and international corporations, you might be just a number, okay, but here's my insider tip. Stop applying to the famous companies only and look at the Mittelstand. These are the mid-sized world market leaders you've probably never heard of, but they are desperate for talent. I'm talking about companies like Delo here in Bavaria. There's almost a 100% chance that their special adhesive is in your smartphone. Or Grimme in Lower Saxony. If you eat a potato or a carrot anywhere in the world, it was likely harvested with their machinery. Or Mennekes from North Rhine-Westphalia that literally developed the Type 2 charger used by almost every electric car in Europe. These hidden champions are currently offering salaries that are rising at record speeds because they need you to grow. And with the total workforce shrinking by hundreds of thousands of people every year, the demand for experts is at an all-time high. This gives you a massive lever in your next salary negotiation. Germany has finally realized it needs you, and that's why the government is rolling out the red carpet with the opportunity card, Chancenkarte in German. You are the solution to the demographic problem of the world's fourth largest economy. In every period of upheaval, the greatest wealth is built by those who understand the system and take advantage, rather than those who just complain about it. So instead of watching Germany's decline from the sidelines, start monetizing your position as the most sought after asset in the country. And stop staring at your net salary and start using the privileges Germany offers you. And if we can help you with your financial journey here in Germany, book a free meeting with us right here. I thank you for watching und bis zum nächsten Mal.